I just want to ask a quick question. Tell us about the tour. Tell us, you had came off such a great event with the 20th anniversary. Tell us
Yeah.
what's coming next for you.
Well, I mean, when we did the show, everybody kept saying it's got to be a tour, and there was like people on, on Twitter, and Instagram, and all over the web that was like, um, it's messed up that we couldn't get to Atlanta and see the show, and you only did it in Atlanta, and I only care about Atlanta, so I was like, at that time, like, yeah, whatever, it's Atlanta, but um, I feel like it's people out there that do want to see this, and there's people out there that supported So Def and supported all these artists, and they do need an opportunity to see it, and it would be it's only right that we give them that chance. So we gonna take it out. It ain't gonna be a lot of dates. It's gonna be like all the major cities. There's so many artists that I have to deal with, and so much struggle to get everybody on this tour. But yeah, we gonna do that, and um um I'm excited about it.
One of the things I have to say, just observing you and what you're working on now, is you're always on the cutting edge. You're always there to do what's next. Like, where does that motivation come from?
Um, well, I mean, I guess once you start running that race, I guess of being ahead of people, then people start reminding you that you are that person that's ahead of people. So you got to continue to keep trying to reach out for that, as opposed to, you know, and then I have to be motivated. Like when making music, you got to be in the presence of people that motivate you, as opposed to just rehashing the same thing. It was important for me to have y'all here today because when we did, like I said, when I did Usher's first second album, we didn't even do no press. Like we didn't know what it was gonna be. I didn't know it was gonna turn out to be a classic album like that. And it was like we missed that moment. And I just know that, like I said, when I was in just being in the presence of Michon, I feel like he's a special kid. So I just think that I've been blessed to be put in that position, as opposed to really, really knowing exactly how to do it. Like in this era, like again, I feel like I never felt like um I couldn't dictate what was cool to people. I feel like if I want to wear whatever when I put my pants on backwards, I feel like I can make you want to do that. So I've been feeling like that for the longest. So
A genius when it comes to working with younger acts. What's the pro and the con of that?
well, the pros and cons is like you get I guess the pro is that you get to be, like I said, considered, like it continues to keep growing my career, as opposed to like I becoming a older person or whatever like that I've seen in the past. That's one. And then the cons is that's all people start believing that I can do. Is like you just so deaf is that young label, which now everybody wants to be young, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But beforehand it was like that was one of the obstacles that I had to, leap over, because people looked at us as such a younger generation of music that we didn't possibly know everything that we needed to know, and the older guys in the music business knew more, and y'all young boys, y'all to get y'all opportunity. So I had to deal with that. So, but I mean, at the same time, it never really bothered me that much. I just keep going. And now that as I got, when I look at the 20th anniversary, I look at it and I say, you know, the fact that all the artists were young is what actually got me to be able to get into that position.
You were so instrumental in building Atlanta's music scene. How do you feel about it now? And is it in an up place, or is it still rising? Has it hit a peak? What do you think?
I can't really say. I mean, I feel good about it. I mean, I think we continue to keep putting out artists. Half of the music that's on the radio is still controlled by somebody or artist from Atlanta, right? So I think that is important. I feel like it kind of hit a slump at some point, but I think that has to do with just the music business as a whole. Um, and I'm gonna continue to keep fueling that fire to keep it what it's always been. I mean, 20 years of a city putting out music, and not just so deaf. It's, this music came from this city for 20 years. That's a long run. You know what I mean? Cities don't have it like that, really. Especially not a city that people don't consider a major. Like people talk about New York, L.A., Chicago. They leave Atlanta out. If you ever seen that little T-shirt that says Paris, L.A., Chicago, New York, they don't never put Atlanta on there. So you can tell they never consider us a major city. But for a city that people don't consider major to put out music for 20 years or longer is remarkable. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, it's JD, and I am all hip hop, and you are watching all hip hop, and you are listening to all hip hop. Yeah, JD, holla.